Hi, my name is Caitlin.
And my name is Courtney.
And we're with Creative Creations.
Today we're going to show you some amazing embellishments that will spice up your crafting adventures.
We're first going to start with Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. This is an awesome embellishment that you can use with the Cosmic Shimmer glue. The best way to do this is to sponge the glue onto your stamp your image, and then you put the flakes over it and brush it away with a sponge. So they first make these awesome kits. It's a Gilding Flakes kit. This is the Sunlight Speckle color. You get a little bit of the flakes, some glue, and the sponge, along with the instructions needed to make this kit. Here is another color, the Egyptian Gold. So same kit, just a different color for your flakes. I'm also going to show you the individual colors that you can purchase if you want to do more of the flakes at home. So this is the Mulled Wine. Wonderful. Here is Gemstones. Here is Summer Meadow. Next is Red Blaze. I have these really sparkly ones down here. They're little thinner containers. This is Golden Onyx. I guess it's better from the bottom. You can see all the color. It's like a black and gold. Purple Dawn. This has purple and gold in it. These are still very shimmery. Golden Rose. Very nice. Amber Glow. And my favorite, Frosted Violet. Very nice. Blue Ice. Icy Pink. Blissful Berry. That's a nice red with the pinks. Morning Blush. This one's very similar to Icy Pink, but it has a little bit more gold in it than silver. Passion Pop. That is a vibrant color to play with. Icy Lagoon. And Rainbow Sherbet. And all these you can use with the Cosmic Shimmer Glitter Glue to make fantastic cards and projects. Next, I'd like to show you some amazing embellishments from 49 in Market. I'm going to start with the burlap. This is a burlap trim. This color is natural that you can use embellish maybe behind a photo mat. Very nice. Here's also the cream color. Very nice and rustic to work with. Here is the jute cording. Lots of twine in there to work with if you're going to wrap around a photo mat or stick it in the corner of a card. That's nice. Here are the brand new Vintage Artistry Essential Binder Clips. These are real interesting to use and incorporate if you're going for that metallic look. Here are some more clips. These are shaped clips. So we have arrows, a camera, and an envelope with a heart. This is in rose golds. And we also have it in dark grayish. And then some more word clips are these 3 words, Perfect Memories Today. These are also available in dark grayish. These are wonderful for planners as well, if you're looking at the clips and the shaped clips. Now I have these awesome archival boards. These are 6x6 chipboard pieces that are themed. So this first one is called Captured Memories. They are already white, so if you want to ink them or make them a different color, you can use glitter markers or your ink pads. They worked perfectly to change their colors. This one is called Treasure. Very nice. I like the netting in there. And we have the words cherish and treasure. Here is the Great Outdoors. Very nice. This one is called Love. I love the brick wall, and even the little bricks do pop out of this brick wall. This one is called Happy Moments. Very nice. Here is another one called Remember Today. Very nice. I keep seeing the incorporated, this is netting. Another one was the honeybee's nest. So I love that for a background especially. This one is called Never Stop Exploring. It has that title down here in the corner. Lots of fun travel items. And this last one is called Wild and Free. Very nice.
So here for 49 and Market, we have some more amazing embellishments, and I'm going to show you these wishing bubbles. These wishing bubbles are so adorable, and they go with any layout that you do. There are 3D pop dots on the bigger ones, and the smaller ones adhere right to your page. These are used with epoxy pieces, so they are very tough and they are very durable. And you just pick them up and pop them onto your page anywhere you want. And we have all sorts of colors. This one is cream soda. You see it's a light orange or peach color. Grape soda. Super cute. Limeade. Blueberry. Orange Crush. Fizz. Bubblegum. Taffy. Cotton candy. And soda pop. And those are all the wishing bubbles. And along with those, we also have our wishing bubble and baubles. These are brand new and they are super awesome. They also come with some little glittery epoxy sentiments in there and also some pictures. And then you also get your bubbles at the top. And these are very pretty. You can see the glitteriness in the epoxy dots. There's coral. And here we have sage. Here is our butter. Our blush. Super pretty. Our sky. Lilac. Our Neutral Essentials pack, which comes with some extra words in there that are also 3D. Super fun. And also our Vintage Artistry Anywhere collection, which is an array of different almost pastel colors, giving you that travel vibe to these. And those were the wishing bubbles and trinkets. Also from 49 and Market, just like our wishing bubbles, we have our layered embellishment sets. These are 3D foam pop dot pieces. They are plastic and very durable. That again, you just pop up off your page and onto your layout. These are super cute, and we also have some bubbles inside of our embellishment sets as well. And we do have paper packs that coordinate with each embellishment set as well. So here is our eucalyptus dream set. Okay. All right, and next we have our underwater layered embellishment set. Super pretty. All the different pieces of coral and seaweed, and again, more bubbles. All right, and next we have our Wedgwood. This one is super adorable. I love the vine. Put that around a photo or a sentiment, super fun. And next we have Serendipitous. And this one actually has some glitter accents in it. So that's unique, as well as some fun gears over here. That's super pretty. And next we have Ethereal, which is more of a pinker embellishment sets, but they are so beautiful. And those are the layered embellishment sets from 49 and Market. So if you know Creative Creations, we also carry our stunning diamond dots. So right here from our diamond dots collection, we have a beads. This is just a sample. We have a total of over 400 bead colors. This is just a small sample of them. They range from $1.99 to $2.99. Here are our $2.99 colors just because they have a little more sparkle to them, a little more iridescent. So what you can do with these is embellish your pages. It's a very cheap way to add some sparkle to any card or layout or really anywhere. You'll see right here, I just added some on my wreath around it, and you can see it makes a big difference. Just adding a little bit of glitter, and I might even go back and add more. But it is just stunning, and they come in all sorts of colors. We even have a clear iridescent, which really looks like a Swarovski diamond. They are so pretty. And check out all of our other colors and catalogs to make beautiful images.
Our next set of embellishments is from Stamperia. We have beautiful chipboard pieces here that all have coordinating paper packs. This is the Atelier collection. Here is the Circle of Love collection. Very nice. Here is another coordinating chipboard for the Atelier collection. Lots of fun art sayings and cute little items like these paint brushes. Here is the Amazonia collection. Very nice. Here is a coordinating chipboard for the Passion collection. Lots of nice sayings like believe in yourself, love with all my heart. Very nice. Here is another coordinating chipboard for the Passion collection. These are brand new from Stamperia. Very nice ballerina collection. This one is Romantic Journal. Very lovely. And my last chipboard is Romantic Sea Dream. This one has been flying off the shelf. Very nice. I also want to show you our Stamperia wooden shapes. These are colored wooden shapes that also coordinate with the new collection. So this one coordinates with Passion. Here's a wooden shape for Amazonia. Very nice. This one coordinates with Voyages Fantastiques. Very nice. This one coordinates with Passion. Lovely. And this one coordinates with Voyages Fantastiques. I love the steampunk theme to it. Very nice. To go with those chipboards, I have these awesome die cut pieces. These are already punched out for you, and they're extra pieces that coordinate with the collections and the chipboard and the rice paper and so much more of the Stamperia product. This goes with the Romantic Journal collection. I see lots of fun journaling pieces in here, clocks. Very nice. This package goes with the Circle of Love collection. You can spot a cat in there, lots of flowers, and I see a nice banner in the back. Here are the Amazonia die cuts. Very nice. Lots of greenery in there. Here is another chipboard for Circle of Love. This is the Flowers pack, so you're going to get lots of cute flowers that can also be found inside the collection. Here is the Voyages Fantastiques die cuts. Lots of steampunk items in there, clocks, gears, you name it. Here are the Atelier die cuts. Very nice. I see buttons, lots of painting supplies, a painting palette in the back. This is the Passion die cuts. So I see there's already a ballerina in there, some ballerina shoes, hearts, and lace. Lovely. And the last die cuts is the Romantic Sea Dream die cuts. I see a whale, Lots of florals and seawater embellishments. And those were die cuts from Stamperia.
So here we have some more fun embellishments from Graphic 45. These are metal embellishments, which are a little heavier, but add a very unique addition to your layouts, cards, and albums. So here we're going to start with your antique metal door pull. This is an awesome feature you can add to your album just to add that extra antique look to it. Super cute. And here we have some brass door knockers. These are super cute. So maybe if you had an album that had 2 doors that open, you could put one on each side. Super cute. We also have these ornate metal corners. And these are super rustic and grungy, and they are so cool to add to your corners. We also have these metal clock keys. They are larger keys that can, tie with a ribbon onto your album or pages or cards, or just glue them down. And to go with those, we have our ornate metal keyholes. And these are very durable, so they won't just fall off your pages. They are super nice. Next, we have smaller ornate metal keys. Very cute. Next, we have these antique brass claw feet that are great for attaching to the bottom of your books or boxes just to elevate them and make them look a little more unique. And lastly, from Graphic 45, we have our matte pearl gems. These are very unique in their color, and they can be added to, again, your books, pages, layouts, or cards.
Next, I'd like to show you some more awesome embellishments. These are from Timholtz Ideology collection. First, I have these locket keys. They are very nice. They even come with the brads to put them on your project. Next are some regal adornments. Very lovely. And they're also fairly thick, chunky pieces. And it comes with a lot in there too to work with. Here are keyholes. I guess you could put with your locket keys as well. Here are foundry frames. Very nice. And these are all metal pieces. Here are nature adornments. Very nice. Here are pocket watches. That's a very unique embellishment to put on your project, especially for those steampunk projects. Here are jeweled charms. These are interesting pieces to add to your project. Here are tiny lights if you want to add some lighting effect to your project, maybe inside of your shadow box or around a card. Here are thimbles. Very nice. And of course, the gumdrops. These are super easy to work with and very nice embellishments, all from Timholtz Ideology collection. The new Sprinklets embellishments from Buttons Galore. So this is the playful penguins. There's little tiny penguins in there. They are perfect for your shaker cards. Here is Wine Country, Fruit Cocktail, Beach Balls, My Treat, Pot of Gold, Fish Tank. Oh, that's so cute. There's little fishes in it. Wintry Mix. I see some snowmen and some snowflakes. Mouse ears. Orchid. Here's Sugar and Spice Sprinklets. That's Gingerbread Men. Candy Hearts. Amore. Poker Face. That one's so cute. All the cards are even different. Robin's Egg. October 31st. Star Spangled. Easter eggs, bumblebees, limeade, and bunny trail. Oh, that's cute too. Very similar to the Sprinklets is these Shimmers from Buttons Galore. These are 3D pearlescent beads and holographic sequins. Here is Unicorn Legend, Sea Turtle, Heartfelt, Sunset, Pretty Flamingo, that one's cute, Lunar, Splash, Caribbean, Celestial, Dolphin's Tail, Snow Squall, and Desert Sky. These again are perfect for shaker cards or adding embellishments to your project.
Hi crafting friends, I'm Trisha Morris from Club Scrap and welcome to my ribbon basics video. I've had a video like this on my to-do list for a really long time because I have a thing for ribbon. I absolutely love working with it. It's a wonderful way to add color, dimension, interest to your pages, your cards, and your other crafty projects. So since I've got so many years of experience in working with ribbon and fun ways to use it, I'm going to share as many of them with you as I possibly can in the time we have together. So let's go ahead and get started. As you know, ribbon comes in all kinds of different varieties. We can start out with something as basic and simple as a jute fiber that's really, really thin, or another favorite of mine, which is a waxed linen, which is thin but has a little more body to it. You can have a nice cotton ribbon, or how about an organza or chiffon? There are many different types of grosgrain ribbons that have this fun texture to it. How about a frayed edge grosgrain? What about a metallic grosgrain? Or perhaps a double-faced satin? Everything comes in different widths. This is a granulated taffeta with a grosgrain edge. Here's just a regular taffeta. What about an ombre with some metallic in it? Like I said, there is so many different types of ribbon, and not one ribbon is perfect for every job. And I've developed lots of fun ways to use different types of ribbon. So let's just start exploring those options one by one. For today's ribbon assortment, I am choosing ribbon that was sourced by us for one of our collections called Sprouts. So we do have the taffeta, we have a nice gingham, how about a saddle stitched, and a granulated ribbon. We have the jute, and I've also added some wax linen thread to the mix. One of the things about ribbon that you might not be aware of is that it has a grain, because as you imagine, ribbon comes to us on very, very large spools that it's wound around, and so there's a direction that the ribbon would prefer to go and one that's going to resist a little bit more. Just like paper has a grain, ribbon also has a grain. The best way to find the grain of your ribbon is to hold the ribbon up from your work surface, and then just sort of study what the ends do. Do the ends curl outward or do they loop inward? And so I can tell this ribbon is looped the incorrect way, but now if I flip it around, the ends want to turn inward. So all ribbon does have that grain, or at least most of it, and the wider the ribbon is, the more important cooperating with that grain direction is. So do you see how this ribbon winds in one way? If I flip it that way, do you see how it curls upward? So when I'm making bows or projects with this ribbon, I always want to try to cooperate with that grain. When I make my loops, they want to go with the grain. I hope that makes sense. Now, one of the most basic things that I like to do with ribbon is just make what I call the basic bow. And there is a very simple way to get a nice looking bow. I used to just wing it and was never really happy until I found this method. So let's just start out with a basic bow. What you're going to do is make 2 loops. Now the length of the ribbon that you need on this end, on the cut edge, is in correlation to the thickness of that ribbon. So if you're working with something a lot wider like this, you're going to want more length at the end of your cut edge. Okay, so let's just go back to the smaller one. Check my grain here. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 loops. I call these the bunny ears, and all you're going to do is crisscross the loop, and I'm taking the right loop over the left loop, and you see how it forms this little circle at the bottom? Then I'll take this loop and bring it through the circle. That's the left loop, bringing it through the circle, and pull. And what you'll have is a really ugly bow right out of the gates, not very attractive. This is when the shaping begins. So at this point you want to adjust the size of the loops to your desired size. If you want a big one or you want a little one, and of course that's going to depend on the thickness of the ribbon as well, like how big of a loop do you want. So I'm just kind of pulling, straightening, tightening, and then I'm going to give this one last nice tug outward, and I've got a really pretty bow forming here, right? Then here's the other critical thing. I keep a fabric scissors just for ribbon. This one's made by Singer. I don't really carry fabric scissors, but I do find that a nice scissors that's dedicated just to fabric is going to give you the best results on that nice cut. And I typically cut my ribbon at a nice angle as well. And then this can be placed easily onto a card or a project with your favorite adhesive, whether it's a wet adhesive, a glue dot, or a glue line. I like glue lines for my bow placement as well. There you have just really the perfect little simple basic bow. I'm just going to use a plain piece of cardstock to demonstrate another way that you can use ribbon to add a bow, and I'm going to switch to this granulated taffeta here. So when I'm working with, let's say, a card or a layout, and I want to stretch some ribbon across my page, once again, the first thing I do is just check the grain, make sure the ribbon wants to wrap itself around in that specific direction, and I stretch it across the piece that I want to add the bow to, or add some ribbon to, and then I just cut it a little bit longer on each end. So if this is a 6-inch piece of paper, then my ribbon's probably going to be 8 inches. Another critical thing I like to use when I'm working with ribbon is some tape. And I keep my tape in one of these heavier desktop models so that it's weighted down and I can easily dispense the tape with one hand. It's the little things, right? Then if I'm going to stretch this, say, across the bottom of this panel, I make sure it's straight on the front, flip to the back, and then you can add your tape to secure the ribbon. However, it's really important that you not do this too tightly because of the next step. So I'm just going to loosely, just get a little bit of air for that so it's not completely tight. Then you come in with the same color of ribbon and just loop underneath the stretched ribbon, and then you tie a bow onto it, just a single knot. Just tie right onto, and then you can kind of adjust it. And now it's going to look like this is wrapped all the way around the card, but it's really only wrapped about 1 inch over the back. Now at this point you can trim the ends, and there's a type of an end called a swallow's tail that you can easily create. I used to cut a V, like cut this way in and this way in to create this pretty little edge, but there's a super simple way to do it. Simply fold the ribbon in half lengthwise and cut toward the knot and toward the fold. Boom. Look at that. Look at that pretty little swallow's tail you have there. Nice, right? Then just turn it around, fold the ribbon in half, and again cut toward the knot and toward the fold, and it creates that perfect end. I have one other fun, super easy way to add ribbon to your pages. I'm just going to show you with this. I checked my grain, so I'm going to just simply make a knot. Pull it nice and tight, trim the end, and then you can pick whichever side looks the prettiest to you and just simply wrap it around your item. This is even easier than the tie-on bow. It's just like a single knot stretched ribbon, but that looks so pretty. You can also do the same type of a thing. Again, I checked grain, made my loop, pull my knot, and then you can do the swallow's tail edge. Boom. Cut the other one the same length if possible. Shape it a little bit. I think that's the key with ribbon, is just shaping it. Oh, that looks so nice. And then I could use anything like a Glue line, I think, works best for attaching ribbons of this nature that have this end. Then I think I'll take this taffeta and I'm going to show you how to make what I call the 3-part bow. And the reason it's called 3 parts is because it requires 3 lengths of ribbon to accomplish this bow. So let's just say I want to wrap this panel. So I'm going to stretch the ribbon across just like I did in the previous one, stretching it all the way across so it extends past the end a little bit. Then I'm going to cut a second piece of ribbon, and this one just kind of depends on what size you want your bow to be. So I'm thinking like if one loop of the bow is about that big, maybe just a little larger, I'm good to go. So that's going to be my second piece of ribbon. It's about the same size as the first. And then the third piece you need is just going to be really small, about a double thickness of what the ribbon itself is. So 1, 2, 3. You have this one that's going to stretch around, and this one is going to be making my bow. So I'm going to make it into a circle like this. I'll take some tape and secure the ends. And I'm sure there are probably other ways to make this, but this I found to be the easiest. And there you have. That's going to be the looped area of your 3-part. Okay. Then what you can do is take a small piece of tape. Now even this ribbon, you can see the grain. I can see that it wants to wrap itself around a certain direction, right? So I'm going to tape this to the back of the strip that I've cut ribbon number 1, tape it to the back in the direction so it wants to wrap around. Okay. Then take your loop and center the seam of this right on top of my little T. I've got a T of ribbon here, and then wrap this around. Boom, boom. And then secure the end with another piece of tape. I'm just going to make sure it's good and adhered there. I have another little tiny piece, and that's why I want to do it one-handed. Okay, then you can take this piece and wrap it around your panel or your page or your book or whatever you're working with, and secure it at the end with tape. To me, that's a really attractive bow, and what I like about it is that it's nice for mailing things. If you want to send someone something and you want ribbon on it, but you don't want to have to worry about a knot getting in the way, this is a wonderful way to do it. It's very one-dimensional and probably won't add postage to your card or add a lot of heavy bulk to your pages. So again, that's the 3-part bow. So we've done the basic, we've done the tie-on, and we've done the 3-part. Remember when I showed you the swallow's tail cut? Another neat thing you can do with ribbon is just use it to make like banner style elements. So I'm going to cut the little V into my folded ribbon again, and you see how it creates that chevron. And let's just say I'm attaching this little cut apart to my page or my card, see good in all things. And then I can just cut the other end as well, again toward the fold, to create that chevron. And then this is something I could attach to a page just to add a little bit of color to this little embellishment. Isn't that adorable? Another thing I like to do is create what I would call, I think it's like a trapezoid shape. I don't know, it's been a long time since I took geometry. But see how I have this angle cut here? And then I'm going to go down about 2.5 inches, 3 inches maybe, and cut another angle pointing in the same upward to the same direction. I think that's is that a trapezoid? I don't know. I'm sure if it's not, someone will set me straight. And let's just say I wanted to attach, I've got this cute little bag. This was an embellishment that was included in our April Sprouts kit. So let's just say I want to, I'm going to use my ATG to just practically show you how this worked. I'll nest this onto this adorable little craft colored bag and then fold over the lip. And then I can use this. Notice the inclination of the ribbon because of the grain. I'm going to fold it in the direction it wants to go. And because of that trapezoid shaped cut, it's going to give me these really nice angles at the top. And then I'm going to use a mini stapler. This is just a standard mini office stapler to quickly puncture through I think speed and a good quality stapler is critical to getting a nice staple on the ribbon. Sometimes the staple can sort of catch on it and make it look goofy, but that's a pretty good successful staple, I would say. And that's just a wonderful way to attach some ribbon. Now, if you have a particular ribbon that you don't want to use a stapler with, or if you don't even have a stapler handy, you can absolutely cut your trapezoid with the ribbon, fold it in half, just tuck it behind the element that you want to add it to, and then tape it at the back. No staple, no punched hole, no nothing, just a cute little ribbon sticking out the top or the side or whatever. You can also do something simple like that with a larger ribbon. Like, let's say you don't want to use the trapezoid, but you want to do a nice little loop. You just take a small piece of ribbon, fold it in half, make sure the ends are uneven at the back so that when you add your tape, it secures both ends and one of them doesn't, you know, pop out on you. So that's just kind of a good tip for attaching those little loops. They add a lot, again, not adding a lot of bulk, but just bringing the eye to a nice space. Now, if you're working with a less bulky ribbon, of course, you can do what I'd call the luggage tag, the standard luggage tag attachment. And there are two ways to do this. So in our Sprouts kit, we did have these manila tags included. You can do the fold the ribbon in half trick, and then you thread the loop through the tag, front to back, pull the loop through and open it, and then bring the tails through the loop and pull. Then you can trim the tails to the length that you want. That's one way to do it. If you wanted to see the ribbon differently, then you can thread it through back to front, do the same thing, catch it, and then you see that much ribbon on your tag. Okay, now this is a relatively thin gingham. I'd say it's about 3/8 of an inch wide. But if you're working with a heavier style ribbon, for example, this is a saddle stitched with a gross grain, so it's more stiff, it's more bulky. If I were to try the luggage tag ribbon attachment trick, it might just add too much bulk to my page. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I would do if I was attaching ribbon to this on some sort of a layout or some sort of a page, just by showing you on this smaller panel. So all you'd simply do again is assess the grain direction of your ribbon, and it wants to loop around this way. You can see what an important theme that is. And I'm just going to thread the ribbon back through the tag a single time from front to back. And then I'm going to pull it so that the edge of the ribbon extends beyond the edge of my layout or my panel or my card. And then just trim. And then what you can do is adhere your tag to your project first. I find that to be the easiest. Then you can still adjust the length if you need to. Make sure it spreads into a V. Flip those ends around to the back and secure it with tape. What a great way to utilize a more bulky but attractive ribbon in a way that doesn't interfere with the flatness or the, you know, if you want a lower dimensional style, this is really nice. Next, I'm going to show you a quick and simple trick with this more dimensional ribbon that has a fuzzy edge on it. I mean, it's a really fun ribbon, but it's pretty bulky to tie knots with. So super simple way. I'm going to take a cut apart. You can do this with a photo mat, do this with anything. Just stretch the ribbon across a corner, and you can cut at a nice angle like that, and then you can repeat for the opposing corner, whichever way. Again, I'm paying attention to the grain direction. It just kind of comes naturally to me if you get in the habit of doing that. And then just place it over the corner, bring the edges around to the back, and secure with tape. And you can also use washi tape for this if you would like to. And then you can do the same on the other corner. If you have some wide satin, something like this, you can wrap that around the corner. It just adds so much and uses so little. Really good impact for what it is, and it keeps it nice and flat. Here's another fun way to incorporate a bow onto something without creating a bulky knot. So if you just take a ribbon, and again, I'm just pretending that this is a panel that I'm working with, or it can be a layout, it can be anything. I'm going to take 2 lengths of ribbon that are just a little wider than my project. Next, take one of the ribbons and just lift it up and check your grain. find the way it wants to go, and once again, clearly it's this way, and I will fold it in half and make sure I have some uneven ends here, and then I'm going to center the loop of the ribbon at the center of my project. Wrap the ends around to the back and secure with tape, making sure both ends are well attached. Then flip it over, take your second piece of ribbon that you trimmed the same length, and make sure you check the grain direction again, and thread one of the ends through that loop. And then, while supporting the one on the left, pull and wrap the other end around the back of this side. And you have a really pretty, very attractive double looped bow with no huge knot in the middle. So this does work really well for those larger pieces of satin. And by the way, at Club Scrap, when we source our satin, we don't get single-faced satin. We get double-faced. And what that means is that it's shiny on both sides. So you'll never really run into that, ooh, I have this end, this tail of this basic bow looks crummy because I didn't end up getting the satin face the right way. So a bow made of a double face satin is just a lot easier to work with because there's no right or wrong side to that ribbon. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth every penny. Now, I just very recently came up with another neat way to use ribbon on my pages that have titles, and this could work as well for a card with a stamped sentiment as well. So I think this is a keeper. I have taken my Keep Going, Keep Growing cut apart from our Sprouts kit, and I've matted it with a second layer of paper to add a little strength. And then I have my crocodile here. And what I'm going to do is, depending on the size of ribbon, you'll have to choose the best size hole. I'm going to go with the larger ribbon. So I'm using I believe it's the 3/8 inch. And I'm punching a hole to the left and right of the text on my title strip. Then you can take a ribbon that's maybe perhaps a little more bulky than you normally would use in this situation, and thread the ribbon through the first hole from front to back, and then back out the second hole that you punched from back to front. And then keep pulling the ribbon until it stretches all the way across. Make sure it's situated and flat at the back, and make sure it's not causing any sort of bulk in the back here. And then I can take this piece, this end, wrap it around to the back, and do the same on the other side. And all I need to do is attach this to my layout for a really attractive embellishment. Now, when you're working with really thin ribbons like waxed linen or jute, sometimes it's nice to just put these on a needle, like a tapestry needle with a really large eye, so that you can thread them onto smaller things, use them to attach buttons or other things to your layout. With all this talk about ribbon, I would be remiss if I didn't share with you what we really do at Club Scrap and the reason why I've developed all these fun ways to use ribbons. Here is an example of one of our collections, and you can see right inside there are all those ribbon options that I was showing you earlier, all in this one kit. We sometimes include up to 6 yards of ribbon in a single collection. So you can definitely see all of those techniques come to fruition on my layouts that I completed using this Sprouts page kit. You can see the title strip here, the tag wrap around here, and used again on this side of the layout with 2 of those manila tags, just simply taped to the back. And then do you see how I used the jute just to attach the charm to the page? It's also glued into place, but it's a nice effect there. Then I did the stapled trapezoid. Here we've got a little, just tied some jute onto that cute little button. These are just stapled trapezoids again on the tag with the jute added on the button, and then stapled again on the envelope. Here's another button. So you can see I'm using these techniques, stapled trapezoids. Here I just did the multi-wrap, and that's what's nice about smaller ribbons like this. When you do those multiple crisscross wraps, I didn't even cover that, and then just tie a simple bow, trim the tails to fit. That's just a nice eye-catching touch here. This is the single knot and wrap. So all I did was just made that one little knot and taped the tails on the other side. And again, here too is another example. Just an easy way to use all different types of ribbon on your pages, on your cards. And speaking of cards, we also do create a card kit each month. Again, a plentiful assortment of ribbon is always included in our card kits. So like this card kit makes a dozen cards, and I used some of the same ribbon tricks. This is just tied on, very, very easy here. Sweet. Here you can see the tape loop just on each one of the squares on the slimline cards. I used the purple taffeta for that. And here I used a nice yellow cotton, so pretty. You can see the corner wrap here, and then just the wax linen thread attached to the top of a charm just to bring the eye to it. It works so well on those larger ribbons as well on these bay window cards. This is kind of a neat structure we're covering this month. Every month I try to do some unique card structures as well. So I'm always on the lookout for fun new ribbon techniques, and as I discover more, I will be sure to share them with you. Wow, that was a lot of content in a short period of time, as always. I know I'm notorious for that. So I hope that you'll use this video as a resource for you to turn to again and again when you're looking for a creative way to use the ribbon that you have. And if you've been inspired to join either our Club Scrap page kit or card kit, we'd absolutely love to have you. Or if you just want to shop without joining, that's fine as well. We have two specials for you. Number one is we will give you free shipping on orders over $50 if you use our special promotion code. If you should decide to join Club Scrap this week, I have a free gift for you. It's an accordion pocket file starter kit. And what this does is help you stay really organized when you're doing the trimming and preparations to make your 8 layouts from our page kits or our 12 cards from our card kits. Trust me, it's a wonderful resource and you're going to love it. Thanks again for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Hello everyone, Annie here from Stamp Anything. So today's at-home shopping event is about embellishments. So unless you're pretty new to the whole crafting community, embellishments are, you're not a stranger to them. You probably have a stash of them because there are many different ways that you can embellish a card. The word embellishment means to be adding a decorative detail or feature added to something to make it look more attractive. I personally don't like to call what we sell on our website embellishments. We call them adornments because there have been times I've added things to a project and it didn't make it more attractive. Sometimes it actually took away from the projects. So I like to use the term adornment, which is something that adorns or decorates. It doesn't necessarily always have to make it more attractive. It doesn't always necessarily even enhance a project. It's just something that helps decorate and adorning it. So I am just going to go through some of the adornments that we carry on our website. We have several different kinds. And again, if you are someone, sorry, I keep breathing and the paper keeps blowing away. If you are someone who is already a crafter, some of these things you're probably going to already have in your crafting stash. Some of these might be new to you, but that is what we're going to just go ahead and discuss for about the next 20 minutes or so. So one of the first things that we carry on our website are enamel dots. And these have been around for a long time in the crafting industry. So many of you are probably already familiar with them. And basically they are an epoxy resin, self-adhesive on one side dot. They come in a variety of colors, and different companies are going to have all different colored themes. Sometimes you might get ones that are all one color. You might just get all red or all yellows. When we do them, we try to offer a variation of colors that go with whatever our theme happened to be when we release them. So these are not the only ones that we have. This is just a few assortments of the kind that we have, just to show you a variety of the different kinds and the different colors that enamel dots can come in. They also have glitter ones that have like a glitter in them. I don't know if that's actually showing on camera. There you go. So enamel dots do come in different They have matte ones, they have shiny ones, again, they have glitter ones, they have plain ones. You can get them in pastels, you can get them in vibrant colors. It just all depends. And all you need to do when you are using enamel dots is you remove them from the little package, and the adhesive is going to be exposed. And then you just place them where you want on your card. It's really that simple. It's like a little glue dot. You just place it down and push it on to where you want them to go. So these are just a few examples of how enamel dots can adorn and decorate your card. So this one is using all the same colors, but in varying sizes of enamel dots. This one is using, again, all the same colors, but in varying sizes. These two came through with our Magical Celebrations box, so they were Disney type inspired colors that matched our paper, but you can see also here how they just adorned the project. And then here is another one. This is a little bit more subtle. Let me just take it out of the project there. It's a little bit more subtle. It's black on black, using them as adornments inside the circle of the stencil that was presented on the project. So that is just enamel dots. And again, you can pick these up at almost all craft stores are going to have them, so you can grab them anywhere you want. Okay, the next type of thing that I want to show you that you can also use are twine. Twine is readily accessible anywhere as well, and it doesn't even have to be twine. It can also be jute, it can be hemp cord, it can be ribbon, anything that you can go ahead and also just tie on a project to help adorn it. So on this one, as an example, is jute twine, and they just wrapped it around the card with a wooden button, and it just helped to adorn the project with some twine. Another one we have here is using ribbon as an example. We had this Mischief Managed for our Harry Potter theme, and they just wrapped the ribbon around the card, and they used that to adorn their card. And then they also used enamel dots as well. So again, you can also instead use strings and ribbons. You can use floss. There's so many things when you go into any old craft store that you can also use these kind of style of things to also adorn your cards. We don't really carry that much twine in our shop anymore. These usually are things that we do as giveaways. We put them in grab-and-go boxes, and then our Stamp Club members sometimes will get extra twine in their packages as well. The next thing I want to talk to you about that we do carry are charms. And we have several, like a gazillion charms in tons of themes. We have them in antique bronze, and then we also have some that are in an antique silver. And a lot of these will theme up with different stamps that we have. For instance, we had an Egyptian themed stamp set that had a Cleopatra, a Pharaoh, and an Anubis stamp. So we have camel charms, we have the 𝐼 charm, and we also have an ink charm. So a lot of the times our charms will coordinate with some of our stamps. So this one was for Valentine's Day for our Cupid. It has an arrow and it says love. These are star charms for anything that you might be doing for galaxy type cards. These are little flowers. We have a ton of charms. We have genie lamps for our genie stamp. We have music notes. We have microphones. We have guitars. We have Halloween. We have ocean starfish and mermaid tails. So we have tons of different charms as well that you can also use to adorn projects. So here is, again, from our Harry Potter theme, we had a bird cage charm. So they made a bookmark and they put this Harry Potter charm on there. This one had our little Hedwig owl charm that they used. And we also had Gryffindor inspired colored twine. So they also used that. We had a Star Wars grab and go box. So this had to do with the galaxy. So this is using star charms and then also some fine twine that coordinated. So you can see adding little charms also can really enhance a project. We have ones that say best friends. We have ones, just a whole bunch of different charms that you should check out as well. And you just tie them on and it really just adds another little three-dimensional accent to your project. Okay, now the next one that we're going to discuss are our sequins. And we have, let me just grab that for you too. So we have different kinds of sequins on our website as well. We have iridescent ones. We have the cup shape, like a typical sequin. And of course, you know, you can get sequins anywhere. You can even get them in your local Walmart down the kid aisle where they sell pipe cleaners, and you can get big bags of sequins. But when you want next level sequins, if you go to actual craft stores, you're going to find ones that are in color variations different than a Walmart or a Target type store. But sequins also come in shapes. You can find them in stars, you can find them in hearts, you can find flat sequins that are not cup shaped, and they come in a variety of sizes. So sequins are also something that's really great to use. And we have some that also come in different shapes. So this one is, we did a 60s theme set at one point. So we had retro shaped. So these are our squares, and we had these in oranges, blues, and yellows. They use them as a shaker, but then they also use them as little accent pieces to tie in with the card. So sequins, you don't need to just use as shaker bits. You can actually go ahead and you can just glue them as the accent to your project as well. Let me just push that off to the side. And you just add, you can either buy those tiny, like 1/8 of an inch glue dots that come on the roll, or you just literally put a dot of glue down and put your sequins on there. And again, sequins come in such varying sizes that you can get super tiny ones, and then you can get ones that are really, really big as well. So these are usually your standard size sequins, but then you can see here, these ones are a lot tinier. Excuse me. And sometimes that's why I like to get variety packs that are sequins that have more than one color and more than one size in a pack, so that you can accent them in different ways. And here is yet another example of using them again on just the card, just to enhance it a little bit here and there, just to add a little bit of shimmer to them, and just to add a focal point so that your eye travels on the card the way that you want it to. And then you can also use sequins mixed with smaller sequins. These ones are super, super tiny. They're almost like a glitter, but they are a hexagon. I don't know if that will show them. They are a hexagon-shaped sequin. So to glue those and not use them in a shaker would be pretty tedious. But again, just so you know, sequins come in so many different sizes. And then there's an enamel dot right there. Okay. Another thing that we carry, and these are pretty popular, are our diamonds. And we have them in two sizes. I believe it's a 3mm. Let's see if I have them on the, no, I don't have it right. I believe it's a 3mm and a 4mm size. And these are actual little diamond shapes. And they are actually three-dimensional. So they are in the shape of a diamond. So you can't glue these flat on your projects, but They are amazing inside your shakers. So this has glitter in there, and then it also has diamonds as well. And then these little baubles here we're going to talk about in a minute. Those are called our jelly dots, which are our most popular adornment that we sell. But so this is glitter in there. It's really, really some fine little glitter in there. And then we have our diamonds. And our diamonds come in several sizes, and you can see you get a lot in this because you're just using little sprinkles here and there for your embellishments. So these little packages go a really, really long way in your projects. And we have them in bubblegum pink and lemons and champagne colors, and we even have darker colors. But the bright ones, they catch the light really nice. And these are a really fun thing to also add to your projects. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, and if you've seen me do any of these expo demos before, you will not be a stranger at all to seeing that we love making shaker cards. So we have an assortment of what we call shaker bits. And this is just a quick sampling of some of the ones that we have, because these are clay shaker bits. And a lot of the stamping companies do carry them. They come in such a vast array of, seriously, somebody's calling me, so just ignore that. These come in a vast array of themes and colors, everything from spring themes to holiday themes, just about everything you can imagine. Sorry, let me just hang that up really quick. Sorry about that. So this is just a cute, quick assortment. So this was some that we have for Valentine's Day. There's conversation hearts, but there are so many that are for Valentine's Day. You have lips, you have hearts, you have envelopes with hearts on them. I mean, there's just so many for holidays. We have spring ones such as flowers. We have ladybugs. We have cupcakes for birthdays. Leaves for spring, open circles. These are Mickey Mouse heads. These are carrots for little bunny rabbits. We have so many different sprinkles out there, but that's what we call them. We call them sprinkles for shakers. And you can use them obviously for shaker cards, which you've seen us do many, many times. So this has an assortment of paw shakers and sequins in there. And shakers are really, really popular, and you can grab anything can go into a shaker as long as it fits in there. But because these come in so many themes, they just accent whatever your card that you're doing. If you're doing a cute spring card, you might want to do ladybugs with daisies. If you're doing a birthday card, you might want to do candles and cake pieces. There's just so many different kinds of shakers that you can make, but you don't always have to use them as shaker cards. You can also use the individuals and just glue them as accents on your card as well, as seen on this one. So just another little example of something that you can do with shaker bits. Okay. Our next thing I want to talk to you about, and these are by far our most popular item on our website. We just ordered so many more of them because we always were selling out. And these are what we call our jelly dots. And we have these in a ton of colors. They are like a translucent dot, and they are three-dimensional, so they're a dome on the white. But when you add them, because they are translucent kind of, when you add them on other colors of your card, you can see how they take a different color, even though these all three are the same color dot, but they all look like a three different variations of one color. And that's because it's picking up the color of what it's laid behind. And again, with these, you just put a little dab of glue down and press it right in, and it just works wonders. These, everyone just loves them. Here are them in a green one and in a white as well. And let me see if I do the angle of the card that you can see that it is a dome type. So you can see it's flat on one side and a dome on the other. Again, we have these in a vast array of colors, and we just added, I believe it was 3 or 4 new colors just this past month. Or actually last month rather, because I'm filming ahead. So in March, we just added a few more new colors. But this is probably one of our most favorite colors, and it sells up really quick. This is Mermaid, and they're just wonderful. And then because of the success of the jelly dots, we also went and got jelly hearts. So they're the same exact concept. They are a little bit larger, but they are in the shape of a heart. I don't know if you can see that. But again, they are a domed on the one top and then flat on the back. So you can just add those and glue them right on your card as well. I believe there are 9 or 10 colors that we carry in our jelly dots. And that is just another way that you can go ahead and add dimension and another little bit of an accent to enhance your card. And those are the items that we sell in our adornment and charm section. But I want you also to know that you don't necessarily have to have any of these things to embellish a card. And I'm going to show you something that you can do and make very easily that also enhances a card, and that is by using paper. This is just a strip of paper that was run into a crimper, and it just adds an accent to the card. It also adds texture to the card, and as you can see, there's no sequins, there's no jelly dots, there's no shaker bits, nothing. But it just anchors the card, and it just adds another accent to it. So you don't even have to go out and run out and buy any of those other things, because you can use paper that you have at home. And here's another example of that. Again, this one is using nothing but paper. But they decided when the DT member Steven created this card, he chose to put his circle in a gold paper and use that as the accent. And that is what is embellishing the card. And then he just had drops of his gold iridescent pearl, what do you call it? The shimmer spray. And he used that as what was going to accent his card. So you don't always have to go out and buy hordes of, you know, sequins and ribbon and twine and enamel dots. You can make your own accents simply by using sprays and paper. And there you have it. That is our little demo on all different kinds of embellishments and adornments, as I like to call them again, that you can use to enhance any project that you want to use. Now, for our show special today, what I would like to offer everyone is our adornment and charms. We're going to put on special for you guys. Everything in the respective categories on our site of adornments and charms are going to be 35% off. 35%, you guys. That way you can stock up and grab as much of these things as you want. But the code is going to be ADORN. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Use the code ADORN, and it's going to expire on April 25th. So it's just what's in these categories, adornments and charms. And once they're out of stock, they're out of stock. So you just want to stock up as much as you can at this time. And again, 35% off. That is a great offer for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned maybe not just ways that, you know, items that you already have at home, but maybe I showed you a new way, hopefully, of how to use them. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.